Hi everyone, I'm Andrea. Welcome to this live lesson with English Everywhere. In this lesson, I am going to teach you a grammar exception. Okay, so it's not something you learn when you're first learning English, but as you learn more, maybe get to the intermediate level, this is some good information to know. Why am I teaching you this? I'm teaching you this because it's an exception, but also because it's how we really talk in English. You hear native speakers make exceptions and actually make grammar mistakes all the time. So if you are aware of these exceptions, it will help you to sound more like a native speaker. Okay? So what we're going to talk about is habits. And usually when you first learn English and you learn the present simple, you learn that the present simple is used for habits and for routines. Present simple is used for habits and for routines. And usually we teach you at the same time that we use adverbs of frequency to express those habits. For example, always, sometimes, never, occasionally, rarely. Those are all examples of adverbs of frequency. So, for example, I always wake up at 7 a.m. Now that's not true, but this is a good example of the adverb of frequency, always, used with the present simple, wake up. I always wake up at 7 a.m. Another example, she always forgets her phone. It's a habit for her. She always forgets her phone. And you'll notice that both of these adverbs of frequency are in front of the main verb. They come before the main verb. So always wake up, always forgets, right? Because it's the present simple. She forgets. A lot of people forget that S. Don't forget the S. She forgets. So that's something that you probably already know. Adverbs of frequency, always, never, sometimes, occasionally, rarely. They're used with the present simple for habits. And you also learn that the present continuous is used for things that are temporary or happening in the moment. But the exception is that we can use the present continuous with adverbs of frequency to express habits, but it's used very specifically. Let me explain. When we use the present continuous for habits, we're using it for a habit that a person has that they do it so often, it's almost as if the habit is a characteristic of the person, a quality of the person. Okay? So the habit is not just something they do, I wake up at 7 a.m., but it almost is a quality or a characteristic of the person. Okay? And we only use these three adverbs when we're talking about a habit in the present continuous. Always, constantly, and continually. Always is the most informal and probably the one that you will hear the most. Constantly is also informal, but it's really for emphasis. And continually, this is the most formal one. So this is the one you might hear at school or at work or something like that. Okay? With these three adverbs, we can express habits in the present continuous. For example, she is always forgetting her phone. Okay? She is always forgetting her phone. And we use this to express that the person's habit, it's kind of annoying or kind of frustrating, right? We don't say, oh, she is always forgetting her phone. No, it's more like, oh, so annoying. She's always forgetting her phone. And the emphasis when you speak it is really on the adverb of frequency, always. Oh, she's always forgetting her phone. And I'm sure we all have people in our lives who are doing things that make us want to roll our eyes, right? This is when you use this in English, okay? She's always forgetting her phone. You'll see here, this sentence is very similar, right? She always forgets her phone. This is more of a fact, right? She always forgets her phone every single day. It's her habit. Here, her habit is more like a characteristic of her personality. Ugh. She's always forgetting her phone. She's always forgetting her keys. She's always forgetting her wallet, right? She doesn't remember too well. That's kind of like me as I get older. Okay? So she's always forgetting her phone. You'll notice, again, just like in the present simple, the adverb of frequency comes before the main verb. Okay? Always forgetting. Here's another example. He's constantly interrupting me. Constantly. It's so annoying, okay? That's how you want to use this. Constantly, for emphasis of a habit that a person has that it's kind of annoying, or maybe it's kind of unusual, okay? The last example, you're continually late for work. So imagine you come to work and you got off the train, or you were in traffic for an hour, and you finally get to work, and your boss comes over and says, you're continually late for work. That's not good. Clearly your boss is annoyed by your habit, okay? So all of these are habits that are frustrating or annoying or unusual. Most of the time we use the present continuous with always, constantly, and continually to express annoying habits. Sometimes it's for something positive, like, for example, she's always asking me if I need help. That's nice. But most of the time, this is something where you just want to be like, oh, man. Okay? So, mostly used for annoying or unusual behavior. All right? So, that's when we use the present continuous with always, constantly, and continually to express an annoying habit that someone has. You can also use it in the past continuous if you want to. So she was always asking me for money. It's okay. It's the same. Okay? So you can use it in the present continuous and in the past continuous, specifically when you want to express an annoying habit that someone has. Okay? And I promise, if you use it correctly and you really emphasize that adverb, if you're speaking with a native speaker, they will understand the emotion that you're trying to express. But just be careful. You don't want to offend anyone, but they will understand the emotion that you're trying to express, which is, so annoying. Okay? I hope this really helps. If you are interested in learning more about me and my teaching, you can visit EnglishEverywhere.org. There are also free lessons that you can practice your English online on the webpage. So I hope you have a great day or night, and I'll see you next time.